counselors here at Ward Melville for putting on such a great night for everybody. You having fun out there? Okay, sit back and relax, because after I'm done, there's another 50 awards to go. All right. Good evening, I'm Joe DiBernardo, and this is Barbara DiBernardo. We are here tonight to present these scholarships in memory of our son Joe, an alumnus of Ward Melville High School, class of 1989. This class of 2019 has very, very special meaning to me, because I met a bunch of them in the summer between 5th and 6th grade when they were little skinny kids. Look at them now. As I was their youth basketball coach. So 2019, you're very special to me. For those of you that are here for the first time, allow me to tell you the story of Joey DiBernardo and this award. Joe started off at 18 as a Long Island fire alarm dispatcher. At 21, he became a New York City fire alarm dispatcher in the Bronx. Joe was a captain in the Stalker Fire Department and was team leader of the Brookhaven Town Tech Rescue Team. He was a chief officer and instructor at the Suffolk County Fire Academy. He was a member of the Suffolk County counseling team that visited injured firefighters and their families. He was nationally known and taught first responders all around the country at all major fire conferences. He was a very sought-after instructor and considered an expert in all the rescue disciplines such as collapse, high angle, scuba, etc. He realized his lifelong ambition as appointed to FDNY in 1995. And in the year 2000, he was assigned to the Elite Rescue Company 3. He now began teaching at the FDNY Rescue School, and he taught the military at the Special Operations Command School. On 9/11, he was off duty, but his entire company was killed that day. He responded to the site immediately and worked on the pile until the following May. One morning during a blizzard in January 2005, Rescue 3 responded to a working fire in a Bronx tenement with reports of people trapped. Unbeknownst to the firefighters, this tenement was illegally subdivided into single-room occupancies by illegally partitioning of the apartments. These illegal partitions prevented the firefighters from gaining access to the seat of the fire, burning behind the wall on the 3rd floor and spreading to the top floor. These partitions also cut off access to the fire escapes for the occupants and the firefighters. With reports of people trapped, Rescue 3 was ordered to search the top floor for victims. They located and removed 2 residents via the front windows and aerial ladders and returned to complete the top floor search with its many single-room occupancies. At this time, the fire had burned through to the top floor behind one of those illegal walls. Rescue Company 3 and Ladder Company 27 were conducting a search of the final apartment when firefighter Jeff Cooler of Rescue 3 opened up the kitchen wall and saw flames. He immediately notified the incident commander and went into the area where the men were searching to warn them. A 30-mile-per-hour blizzard wind blew the fire down the hallway created by the illegal wall, and now it was seeking oxygen, headed for the windows in the rooms where the men were searching. Jeff warned 27 of the fire and turned around to leave the way he came in, but he was cut off by a ball of fire, and all the men headed for the windows. Normally, the men would have used their personal escape systems and bailed out with their safety ropes in a situation like this. However, the fire commissioner, in a cost-cutting measure, had not reissued the personal safety ropes, even after he was strongly advised not to do so. 6 men were now trapped 5 stories above the rear yard. John Ballou from Ladder 27, a father of 4, enveloped in a ball of fire, leapt for the fire escape, but missed it and died on impact. In the next window was Lieutenant Kurt Myron, firefighter Eugene Stolowski, and probationary firefighter Brendan Corley, who was now at his very first fire. Eugene and Brendan lowered the lieutenant, a father of 3. He died on impact. Eugene then lowered the probie Brendan, who had lost his brother on 9/11, one of the 343 firefighters killed that day. Brendan struck the ground and was seriously injured. Eugene, married with 1 child and his wife expecting twins, was now on fire, and he leapt out the window. Upon impact, he was physically decapitated, and is only one of 7 known cases worldwide to have survived the physical decapitation and walked again, a complete miracle. In the next window, Jeff Clue was hanging out, draped over the window air conditioner. Jeff had purchased his own safety rope and was carrying it that day. Due to the fire conditions, he had no place to tie off the rope. Joe was trapped in the next room. Jeff yelled at Joe that he had a rope but no place to tie it off, so he was ready to lower Joe. I mean, this is real life, folks. This isn't a movie I'm talking about. This is real life and real heroes. Joe yelled back to Jeff, "Throw me the rope. You have a wife and 2 kids. I'll lower you. But we have to go now. No time to argue or we're both gonna die. No greater love hath man than to lay down his life for a friend." Jeff threw Joe the rope, Joe tied it around his body, and Jeff leapt out the window. He pendulum and struck the side of the building and fell into the side alley. Those 10 feet most likely saved his life. He was seriously injured and received 78 units of blood and underwent many operations and years of rehab. Joe tied the rope to the child guard and went out the window just as the room flashed over. He lost control of the rope and fell to the rear yard, breaking pretty much every bone below his waist. He went into respiratory arrest, spent 13 days in a coma, underwent numerous surgeries, spent 2 months in New York Hospital for special surgery, where his feet were rebuilt, and 3 months in a nursing home where he had to learn how to walk on his reconstructed feet. The survivors of the fire went on a campaign around the country to ensure that all firefighters are equipped with safety ropes. They had the law changed in New York State and caused many large cities across America to issue safety systems to their firefighters. With canes and walkers and wheelchairs, they traveled the country telling their story. Sadly, Joey eventually succumbed to his injuries and died at the age of 40. Notice the signs on Nichols Road between 347 and the University, which has been named in his memory, and think of them when you drive by them. Joey received the International Association Firefighters Medal of Honor, the FDNY Medal of Valor, the New York City Medal of Supreme Sacrifice. His name is inscribed on firefighter walls of honor in Colorado Springs, Albany, New York, Emmitsburg, Maryland, and New York City. In 2013, the Lieutenant Joseph P. DiBernardo Memorial Foundation was found in his memory to purchase personal safety systems for firefighters in need across America, and to date has donated over $340,000 worth of safety equipment and training to those in need. In honor of those individuals who have overcame tragedy and adversity in their lives and still remain productive members of society, we present the following scholarships in his memory. Melissa Dowling Keating. Elizabeth Fitzpatrick. Erica Hunter. Jacob Merlo. Noel Richardson, River Rodriguez, and Taylor Solomon.